part of the magic of Singing Alive is that everyone takes part. I mean, when you come, you're giving several days of your life to be with a group of people, to help feed each other, to help care for each other. It isn't all done by the help over there. There's no paid help. There's just people that are bringing that willingness to be together. And that's part of the magic of it, is that somehow this relearning of this capacity to express beauty, joy, deep feeling, the whole range of the depths and heights of our aliveness through song, it brings us to a place of recognition of what's possible. Recognition, re-grokking that, hey, this is what it means to be human beings together. This is what it means to be a people. And you have to have some grounding in that on a regular basis to carry on and to know in your bones that we can do this, because we're doing it. It's not just some airy-fairy notion. We're actually doing this together.
We're in a beautiful land called Love and Land, and we're gathered here to celebrate an event called Singing Alive, which is a space where hundreds of people gather together and sing communally.
I think Singing Alive gives us hope because I'm seeing a lot of different generations. I've seen some absolutely stunning children here. I'm seeing some teenagers that are involved and staying for the singing circles. I mean, young teenagers. I'm singing elders, which I don't think I'm an elder yet, but I might be to some people. And I'm seeing people who I consider elders, and everybody's kind of drawn together. So that, how can you not feel hope when you see the joy, the sharing, caring for one another?
And one of the things that I am so amazed by is how really beautiful people who are doing inspiring things in the world, innovations in permaculture and community organizing and just really having their stuff together, will come to this event, and you can see their third grade self open up and be inspired, and you see a light in people's eyes, and you see them have more access to themselves as a result of singing simple songs in a group.
The intention of Singing Alive is to invite people to sing and to acknowledge that we all have a song, to hold space for that, and to also not be so attached to what that looks like. In terms of if someone brings a song that I find difficult or discordant or challenging, that's every bit as valuable as me being exposed to a song that I resonate with and find really beautiful.
Music is our birthright as humans, and there's a lot of folks that got left behind if at a certain age they didn't already have certain parts of music figured out. And what I love about this gathering is that it's like, no, everybody in, everybody on, we need all of you. We need everybody. We need all of us.
What I really like about Singing Alive is the singing connects us. So we all get together and we're all the main act. And as we all become the main act, we don't pedestal anyone. We all put ourselves on a pedestal. And by doing that, we see the beauty in each other and connect with each other.
It creates community. I think there's a long lineage of the power of songs to have a cohesive effect on community. And the songs, the nature of the songs, what the songs are about also help define community, and it helps people define themselves.
There's something magical that happens when you're singing along with other people. It just breeds harmony and it breeds connection between people, and you're sharing this common experience. And I think the act of singing itself really opens people up. It can be really vulnerable to share your voice to its fullest extent.
If you're singing together, you have to be listening really closely, and not only hearing what they're singing, but also knowing, anticipating when they breathe and what their rhythm is. And so it calls for an attunement with others and a harmonizing with others, which is really what we want to be doing. So it really supports the best that we are.
In this time that we live in, which the mainstream society, this is just so, there's not space to just be present, and there's not space to just tap into a deep heart space with one another and sing each other medicine songs.
I think seeking harmony is one yardstick for seeking presence, because the quality of listening to find that sweet spot is the same quality of listening to find understanding with somebody in the midst of a conversation. It's an equal valuing of what I have to share in relation to what you have to share. And it is an opening of the ears and of the heart to not just what I'm sharing, but to what the whole is doing in a given moment, and finding the little ways where I'm contributing to that, and appreciating the ways where you're contributing to that. And that the reward is also a visceral one. It is so satisfying to get to that place where a song is really rolling, and then you say, oh, that song was so great. It's not the song on its own that was great. It was all of us singing it alive.
There are many people that come for the first time and they've never sung with a group of people. It's terrifying, but they come and they go through this process of being welcomed, and they start realizing, when I have partners, I can blend in, and then my body naturally knows when I'm in tune.
Music is, it's in me, it's in all of us, and this helps us evolve and tune in more with the music of the universe. Everything is vibration, everything. This that seems so solid, it's all vibration, which is what music is. So I feel like the true sound of the universe is music. The universe is singing.
I think that's what singing does. It reminds you that everyone's really a beautiful person, and probably a really, really great friend and brother or sister if you just give them a chance.
Harmony it's a word to describe how the universe works. That the word universe means unity amidst diversity. So when you have harmony going on, you have different parts. When we sing together, and particularly I believe when we sing in harmony, it shifts our own vibratory capacity to appreciate each other's separate part in the whole, because we've experienced this capacity to work with others, to work with your partners and other people and their partners, and ultimately making a blend that is so much greater than the sum of those parts, which is what you could say is the nature of the universe. So it's a way of realigning ourselves with how things actually work.
At the end of a song where we've been able to sync up and harmonize, I feel like a lot can come through in that moment after too, when it's quiet, because we support a little quiet after each song. And I had a wonderful teacher who said that as you sang a chant or a song, one of the things that happens is that you breathe together too, everyone. And I think that breathing together aligns us with each other and with ourselves.
It's really powerful experiencing how deep people can go at singing alive. And I think what is beyond just the song circle gathering is this deeper spirituality. And it's not any one religion or belief system or creed. It's very inclusive, but it's connecting to each other on a soul level and seeing everything as sacred.
It acknowledges that everything's sacred, and we're celebrating life. We're constantly just celebrating life by singing about it, by laughing together, by eating together, by dancing together, by doing everything silly together and just being a community again. And it's this celebration of the miracle of life through glorious song, glorious dance, glorious storytelling, and glorious silence.
A lot of the songs at Singing Alive evoke the sacred in nature, the sacred beings that humans are. We're tuning into powerful themes and powerful meanings and really powerful ideas that people have had since the beginning of time.
Singing Alive gives me hope because it feels like one of the most effective things I've seen in a short amount of time for bringing out who we want to be as individuals and who we want to be as a group of people co-creating something that's dear to us. I've seen again and again how invigorated and inspired and truly changed in a moment people are as a result of singing in a group of people. It gives me hope because I feel like it's a recharge of what we're capable of as humans. I don't know anything more immediate than music for facilitating that.
All of us are going back, and some of us are teaching our children, our actual literal family children. Some of us are going back to teach classrooms of children. Some of us are going back to teach our communities, whether it's a women's circle or a men's group or a church group. So these songs are going to travel, and I think they do create harmony. I think that, you can be on completely different sides of political walls and spiritual walls and gender walls, but when you sing together, something special happens, something magic. I'm going to cry.
I feel harmony on a fundamental level in the universe is an expression of a definition I have of love, and I'm talking about love with a capital L, as opposed to the romantic sort of emotional, but love as the gravity of unification. That there is a force in the universe, sort of like an out-breath. The universe expands, creates, and there's an inherent in-breath, bringing us all back to source. And so harmony to me is an expression of that in-breath, of that call to source, of that call to come back into relations, which are balancing, which are nourishing, which that gravity of unification, that love with a capital L, can do its work. And people are naturally attracted to that. And just the word harmony manifests in ecosystems, in the word balance. Anything where there's an equilibrium. And to me, equilibrium is a place of peace, and it's a place of rest. And we're all looking for peace. And deep down, that's the driving force of the universe, which is another way of looking for love.
Singing Alive is born out of the sense that this whole living world is sacred, is alive, is interconnected, and that we have a rightful place in it, which is to, in a sense, it's a kind of worship. You could say that the language of worship is song, and in every culture. The sense of the sacred is the sense that this is an immensely precious, astonishingly beautiful, generous place. And it's so interconnected. Everything depends on everything else. And we're part of that interdependency. We're part of that mutuality. So the sense of wonder and the sense of privilege and responsibility at the same time to maintain the full aliveness of this place for the coming generations. To me, that's the essence of the sacred, is this place matters, we matter, and we must keep on making it wholly, wholesome, whole, one vibrant living thing.
Ready?
One by one, everyone comes to remember we're healing the world one heart.